Hello guys, and welcome back to the woods. And we're not only in a woods, we're on a public footpath, and I've just strayed a little bit further to the right, and I'm setting up camp by a very charming river. It's really nice. There isn't too many bugs. It's been very windy today and the sun is setting. I'm out late in the day, which I need to be if I'm operating off this footpath, because quite simply this footpath sits between two extremely affluent villages, and well, they're almost hamlets. There's not a lot of housing there, but it's very well-to-do housing, so I have to be extremely careful, set up late, be cautious what I'm doing, because you know, with people having expensive properties at either end of this footpath, it comes with the fact that they're highly vigilant and highly observant who's coming in and going out. You know, make of that what you will, but I'm here now setting up camp, and it's going to be an extremely pleasant one. I do find though that me traveling solo, I experience less problems than what you would normally if you were traveling as a crowd. And I've got Bracken with me, as you've seen. That throws a raft of problems and logistics in getting out, and just being in camp. But he will be nice company, so I am looking forward to that. But I'm going to get this tarp up and start getting a coffee on the go. Because I'm in the woodland and I'm facing the wrong way into the sun, I've got the sun behind me and it's going to set over. I'm in a really steep valley actually. I will lose light, or usable light, quite quick. So yeah, I've got to make this happen. Catch you in a moment. Right, I've just gone with a floating A-frame tarp setup. Basically, just bungeed out at an angle to keep the tarp taut. It is the simplest setup that you can possibly chuck together with a tarp. It'll serve me tonight. There's plenty of room here for me and Bracken in there. I don't expect rain, but it does give something like a 10% chance of rain, which means you might as well be prepared. So yeah, it's a very quick, easy throw together setup, and it works if there's no wind. If there's wind, there's other tarp setups you may want to consider. But yeah, a quick throw together tarp setup, this will do you. So this is a very peaceful spot and I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to have a fire, but all I'm doing is scouring the actual floor because it is dry in here and picking up whatever I can find. I'm not cutting anything, nothing will need processing. It's just a little campfire down by the river tonight, just to, well, while away a few hours, me and Bracken, and just have a little fire to stare into. Nothing big, I'm not cooking on it, I'm using gas. Lots for Bracken to smell and he's really getting into it. He just wants to dig everywhere he goes. So all I'm doing is actually just picking up dry bits like this. Some of this a bit punky, but you know, that's all I need to get my twig stove burning. So I'm just picking up the driest bits, the bits that aren't really touching the floor. Stuff like this, and that'll just keep me going tonight. I've got a little pile already. And there's a nice piece of bark over here. Look at that. That'd be fantastic to start the fire. Look at that. That really will do the job. And I can see my my kettle's boiling, or boiling vessel. Can't see it here. Get down. You can just see the steam coming out now. Right, let's make this happen. Chuck all this down in my little pile. There. That'll keep me going tonight. Oh, that lid is bouncing on top. That definitely is boiling. Whoa. Cappuccino. Living it up. The only thing is with these instant cappuccinos, if you don't stir them properly, you'll have a nice, really enjoyable drink. Take the last couple drags, then hit the powdered bottom. Oh, and that will make you wince. Bracken, look. Bracken. Tea is just something extremely simple, a can of ravioli, and yeah, it'll hit the mark. It's a very simple camp here tonight. It's about enjoying the location. So I only get this on the go, and I'll give Bracken his tea then. He's earned it. And you can't get much more simpler than this. I can tell you something, if it was good enough for the cowboys in the Wild West, tinned food while they were out in the wilderness and out back, and it's definitely good enough for me out here. Go on. Come down here. Come down here. Come on. Cool down. No. Go. Go. This is turning into a really relaxing, peaceful and calm wild camp, and I was a little bit apprehensive on my way in, but I haven't seen anybody. It's just me and Bracken here, and it's really nice to spending time with him out in the woods, knowing we're going to spend the night out. We do, you know, we spend all our time doing walks and hikes, but due to the logistics of a dog and where I go, because how can I put it this way, I spend most of my time a little bit of a nomad, and I can be traipsing well off the beaten path, and that means quite a lot of the time I won't have full knowledge of whether it's whether I'm able to take a dog with me, quite simply because of the access. I might be scrabbling over hedges. I know you'd say he's a husky, you would do it, but quite often I have to be fleet of foot, stay stealthy, you know, and it all becomes a lot harder with a dog, and you know, I can cover ground a lot faster on my own. Now, I do have a couple locations where I'm more than happy to take Bracken, and he's done his wild camping with me when I go to those locations, and there's a few that I know of now that I would be happy to take him, and this being one of them. But yeah, like I was just talking about earlier, you have to understand, because I live in a very rural area, you would think it's easier with a dog, but it's not, because I have to stay to the shadows, stay, you know, hidden amongst the hedgerows and the woodlands, you know, dart in and out of the footpaths, and with a dog it all becomes a lot harder. If I'm heading straight to a location like I have, like tonight, it's easy, but if I'm out doing a 2-day hike and doing an overnighter with it, and you know, people underestimate, you know, rural people. They think they're, you know, a little bit simple, but they know if something's out of place, and if they see somebody walking with a backpack with a dog, you know, that instantly is a red light, and they're thinking they're going to be trying to find somewhere to bed down tonight, and I don't want it to be on my land. So yeah, when you're out doing a recce and things like that, I always look for the possibilities of getting Bracken in and out, logistics, and it being easy for myself to do so. And like tonight, we're going to enjoy this one. There's no stress involved at all. So me and Bracken are going to let that catch up a moment, and I'm just going to take him for a little walk around the area here. Just let him have a little look. He's dying for it, and he's going to mark his territory everywhere. Go on. There's like a little secondary river, and this bit up here does become an island when there's a lot of water running. This channel goes right the way around. Yeah, when it's in flood you can't even get across here. Just go up the footpath. It's starting to get dark in here. There's no insects at all. And that was another reason I didn't light the fire till late, because quite simply there was no need to. It's just the fact it's beginning to get dark in here, and I like to get things underway so you're not messing around looking for stuff when it gets too dark. I haven't put my bedding and roll mat and everything out and sleeping bag, and got Bracken's sleeping mat down, because quite simply, you know, I just want to make sure there is nobody around. We'll just walk up to the gate that goes out into some fields. God, that sun is bright. Whoo! I can actually feel the heat coming through the trees. Whew. It's a lovely woodland right the way through. The only problem is it sits on a valley and it is murderously steep. You would struggle to find a pitch. What a difference from winter with all these leaves out. I do like winter, but there is just something magical about all this now. So there I am, tucked away over there by the river. Now, obviously, you can see me if you're actually going to, you know, mind to look over there. But these two little villages this footpath serves, it's about a mile long, this actual footpath. But no, nobody's going to be, it's totally out the way. Nobody's going to be coming down here tonight. So yeah, I've got it all to myself. Right, fire's well going now. All this sand here is washed down from the high ground from the tors up on the moors, and as it comes down, this is all washed out bits of granite. Yeah, it's almost like beach sand, but what it is you know, decaying and basically weathered bits of the granite from up on the high ground get washed down in the streams and rivers down to this river, and it makes its way down to the bigger rivers. Bracken. Yeah. Now come back down here. Come on this way. This is so peaceful as the light fades. There's no internet, there's nothing here at all. And you're forced to listen to the sound of the water, the birds, the fire crackling, Bracken digging the old hole here and there. It's not like you're going to try and be in nature. When you're here, it almost forces you to put aside all the modern things, like where you'd quickly flip on and, you know, perhaps have a check on, you know, who's phoned you, who hasn't, who's sent you a message or not. And you know, there's none of that. You totally are back to, well, nature, and it's good, and it's what you need. All too often you see people come to places like this and they're still walking around with their phones, earphones going, music, everything like that. There's so few opportunities to experience this in this modern world. When you're here, I just think it's a shame if you don't utilise it and just soak it in. You know, you never know when a woodland like this will eventually be a housing estate. So, you know, it's a shame. And I was thinking about the hiking sticks I make and I sell to people. I just hope that in those hiking sticks, you know, they're a natural product, that there is something about what I do here and me being out and about that transports itself into the hiking sticks I make and allows people to feel, you know, the enthusiasm for the outdoors and the desire to get out and do just a little bit of what I do, even if they don't wild camp, just to go for walks in the woods or on the forest trails. That would make me so happy to feel that it was inspiring people to get out and do this. I'm here on my own, you know, so obviously I'm doing a lot of thinking. Yeah, rambling now. But I'm going to finish up my coffee and it'll probably be getting into the nighttime routine. It might not look it, but the darkness is starting to close in. And with Bracken, I want to get him settled. I will have his lead on him and it will be around my Bergen. So if he hears and sees a fox and he bolts, he isn't going too far. He'll be dragging my Bergen so I can grab him. These are the things you got to think about when you take a dog out with you. But, this has been a really nice summer wild camp. I hope you can just feel some of it with me. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm not just saying that. This is a beautiful location. And I think I'll bring the two boys down here. I'll bring our wetsuits and we'll do a little swim. It's deep enough in the far end to actually swim. It's probably about shoulder deep and the water is not running that fast. It's just trickling actually. Yeah, I'm rambling now. I'll catch you in a moment. Right, you can see how much room is in here. That's where I'm sleeping. Bracken will sleep beside me. Bergen will be here and his lead. I do have a ground sheet to go over there as well. He doesn't need a blanket or nothing like that. He's a husky and he actually sits outside on the kids' trampoline when it's snowing and ice, and he will actually go to sleep out there even though we're desperately trying to get him in. Like I said, he's a husky after all. The dark shapes you're seeing flying around are bats. They're too fast and nimble for my camera to pick them up in these lighting conditions, but you'll just see them flittering through the trees and swooping down to the river to get insects. Right, so me and Bracken are pretty much settled in for the evening. It's only about sort of like 10:30. There's still actually birds singing, but the last of them anyway. But there's bats flying about, there's owls hooting, you know, and Bracken's actually coming under the actual tarp on his own accord. So yeah, and he was looking for some reassurance. He's cuddled into me. I'll let you have a look at him. So you can see I've got his lead attached up here to my Bergen. Like I said, I don't want him to hear a fox and shoot off. You right, Bracken? You right? You can cuddle in a bit closer. You can hear things out there, can't you? Right. I think that's us for tonight now. I'm just gonna turn all the lights out and get an early night. I'm feeling shattered, and Bracken is as well. Right, catch you in the morning. Well, this has been an absolutely glorious camp. It's really set me up for the summer. It did get cold at about 3 o'clock and I really had to snuggle in to my sleeping bag, and I felt Bracken moving even closer to the point he was almost climbing on top of my bag. It really was noticeable, and I think I may have captured a little bit of like mist and fog drifting across the field opposite us, and a little bit of it forming on the river. It was that cold. But I'm going to collapse camp because I've got to be away early, family things and everything to do. So it's going to take me a little while to do this, and then I've got, I know, about a mile to walk to get out of here. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy the bird song. It's really coming alive in here. I'm hoping that all the bird song gets picked up on camera. They're really going for it. Might get drowned out by the river, but I'm going to finish this and I'll catch you just before I head out of here. Right, I'm all packed up and I'm ready to get out of here. And that had real summertime vibes, this camp. And it was one of my favourite camps I think I've ever done. It really did feel really nice and special. And it was really relaxed and chilled. And yeah, what more could you want? Fantastic camp. So me and Bracken are going to make our way up this track. We've got a mile to do before we can think about getting home. So I'll catch you again, so stay safe, and I hope to catch you guys out on the trail.